Hey everybody, Buzzsaw Gaming here, hanging out with a relaxed Mr. Buzzsaw on his sofa right there. In the background, Street Fighter 2 was just showing a moment ago on the Sony CRT. Mr. Buzzsaw on the move. Anyways, hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. We are here to talk about collecting goals. Now, this is kind of an interesting topic. I thought about this, and there's, everyone has a different way of collecting video games. Of course, there's a very expensive way to go. There's a very cheap way to go. Emulate everything, or collect everything original. With the box and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna go over some collecting goals, and we'll have a nice discussion in the comment section down below. If you like the content, leave a lizard emoji. That's Mr. Buzzsaw licks Castlevania right there. Oh no! And cause some mayhem. Anyways, collecting. I mean, the first thing would be like full sets, right? So who collects full sets, like a full set of Nintendo, full set of Super Nintendo? I mean, something like that. I mean, I think the vast majority don't do this. I mean, some do, just because it's just so expensive, first of all. Second of all, it requires so much room. And third of all, every system, I don't care how great the system is, has a lot of bad games. So you're going to be paying a lot of money for a lot of bad games, and that's kind of how it goes with full sets. I mean, the only exception to that, or the only time I ever thought myself of collecting a full set, were the really small sets. Like the ones that have under 100 games total in their library. So something like the Atari Jaguar, 50 games. The Turbo Chip set for the TurboGrafx 16, I think is like 94 games, something like that. Right around that number. Or 32X, I think it's around 40 or under 40. So yeah, I mean, some of those smaller ones I thought about, but even those smaller ones are really hard to do, because I mean, in the instance of TurboGrafx 16, there's Magical Chase, which is like I don't know how many thousands of dollars for a game. So it just gets really expensive really fast. There's always that one or two games that are just really pricey. And if you get, complete in box, it's even more expensive. And also you have brand collecting. So like collecting like every Nintendo console, every Sega console, stuff like this. I mean, that's another way to do it. Big fans of those types of systems, collect just, everything Nintendo and everything Sega, everything Xbox, everything PlayStation, or everything TurboGrafx, or everything Atari, or, something along those lines. Oh man, Mr. Buzzsaw just running over the whole collection right here. Anyways, another way to collect is only games you play. I mean, that's kind of like the strategy that I subscribe to the most, I would say. I only collect what I play. I mean, for each system that I have, I really have a very small library. Maximum 20, 25, 30 games per system. And I kind of rotate after that. So if I have like, for example, one of my systems, I have, 25 games. And if I want to get one more, I sell one off and maintain that 25. So I try to do that for the most part, just to kind of, keep the backlog in check. Just stick to what I'm playing, and not have, a whole house full of games basically, and an empty bank account. So that's one way. Another way is subsets. Like, for example, the black box Nintendo games. I mean, that's a popular subset. So you could say that's a subset of a larger set, which would be all of Nintendo, I guess. All of the original 8-bit Nintendo games. So that's another way to collect. I've seen people do that. Oh, Mr. Buzzsaw! Out and about. Looking for some lunch. Besides that, you have series collecting. I mean, collecting everything Zelda, everything, Final Fantasy, everything Mario, something like that. Everything Bonk, or, something like that. I mean, that's another way to collect. A lot of people do that as well. I mean, I have a lot of Zelda games. I have a lot of, Doom games. So, I mean, I kind of have some series collection as well going on. So, that's another avenue right there. I mean, down below, I mean, tell me how you guys collect. What are your strategies? Like, how are you collecting games? And what else? Go crazy, buy everything. That's another strategy. I think we all kind of go through that phase, probably early in collecting, especially when you have your own money and you have your own place, things like that. You just kind of like, I'm going to buy this, and you end up buying a little bit of everything, and you just kind of go crazy on eBay or at your local stores, and you just end up getting a ton of games really quickly. And yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it as well. I mean, you can definitely, get a lot of games and build up pretty quickly that way. But, I think that was easier to do maybe 10, 20 years ago than it is today, because especially with games being in the thousands of dollars or multiple hundreds of dollars for some games, it's really hard to do that nowadays. And nostalgia collecting. Well, I think we all are kind of guilty of that one. Nostalgia collecting is everything that we remember growing up, not only that we had, but that we heard of, that friends had, that now we have the time to collect for. So definitely nostalgia collecting is a way to go. And another controversy is like CIB versus loose card collecting. I mean, it's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I mean, I have a lot of CIB stuff. I mean, a ton of CIB stuff. I mean, you can see some back there. I get Zelda Majora's Mask, Super Mario All-Star. Those are original CIB. And then I have my loose cart, like right there, my original Zelda 2 loose cart. I got some loose carts right there. Mr. Buzzsaw, arranged nicely for me as well. So it's a tough one. I really like, collecting complete in box, but I mean, those boxes are fragile. It's tough, what to do about that. Like for example, Wild Guns right there. I mean, that's probably one of my most expensive games. It's a really expensive Super Nintendo game, a really great game. And I have this reproduction, plastic case for it, and it looks really good, and I like it, and I'm not worried about opening it, pulling out the game, like I am on, games that have the original cardboard. Also down there, I have Ninja Spirit, which is a TurboGrafx 16 game. It's not shown very well anymore, but yeah, I mean, those originally had a little box around them with styrofoam, and I don't have any of that. So with TurboGrafx 16, it's like complete in case is the way to go, I would say, as opposed to loose turbo chips or complete in box. It's almost impossible to get complete in box for TurboGrafx 16. I mean, those cases, external cases, were just thrown out immediately. So really just the CD jewel cases are the way to go on TurboGrafx, at least in my opinion. If your opinion differs, let me know. And next, the condition of the games. Oh man, good condition versus bad condition, ripped labels, things like that. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one as well. I mean, for me, first and foremost is, the operation. If it's working, if it's actually a working game, I mean, that's number one. But if it's written all over and it's ripped up, I mean, not the greatest, but you can get a nice discount. If you look at my Turtles in Time right here, it's complete in box. It's a really nice game. It's really expensive, but I got a massive discount on it when I bought it, because if you can see down there, some kid took a knife or scissors or whatever and cut out Super Nintendo on the bottom. So it does have that box damage. And because of that, yeah, I paid a fraction of what it was worth, a long time ago. So I got a really good deal on it, and I was willing to do that because, well, a lot of games, they have some blemishes and things like that, and I was okay with that. I mean, the game is awesome, obviously. It's in great condition otherwise. Then you have label variants, box variants. I mean, that's like this right here. Like you have this, my Silent Hill 2 is the greatest hits right there. My version of Super Mario Sunshine, it's a player's choice. My Halo 2 right there is a Platinum Hits. And my Super Mario All-Stars is a Basically Nintendo's Choice, Nintendo Select, something like that. So you have box variants and label variants as well. And I mean, that's like the nitty gritty. That's when people are really, really serious about collecting. I never have been that serious. I mean, I usually get whatever is cheaper, unless I really, really like the box art of one particular style or the other. That's usually the way I go. Then you have, oh yeah, sealed games versus graded games. I mean, that's something I don't have any experience with whatsoever. I have bought some sealed games, like my Atari Jaguar Brutal Sports Football was sealed. It does have the original plastic inside. I just kind of slid it to take the game out in the box and all that. But yeah, some people collect like that and they get them graded, and I don't know. For me, that's like, that's a different world already. I like to enjoy my game, so I don't really partake in that. And then you have collector's editions and steel case games. I mean, that's like right here. Doom 3 right there for the Xbox. Collector's edition, a beautiful steel case. It's very cheap. It's like a $10 game. It has the original Doom 1 and 2 on it. So it's a really cool collector's item. Also, I know a lot of collector's items, they have these massive boxes. So that's the other problem. Like it just takes too much space. So yeah, I mean, do you guys collect collector's items, special editions, things like that? I mean, let me know. And also, when do you make room for a new system to collect for? That's another one too. It's like when you have all these different collections going at the same time, when you have room for the next one. I mean, for me, it's like I'm thinking about 32X as my next system to collect for. I mean, let me know. What do you guys think? Should I get a 32X? I mean, I like it because it's retro, it's cartridge based. It's kind of got that fourth generation vibe to it. And it's got a small library, but it's definitely got a good amount, maybe 10 good games, 15 good games that I could collect for. So anyways, yeah, when do you, you know, decide like, oh, I have enough Super Nintendo games, I'm going to switch over, I'm going to start collecting, you know, 3DO or Nintendo Switch or whatever, you know? Yeah, that's another one as well. So anyways, just thought you guys would like this kind of an overview about collector's goals and kind of like my thoughts. You know, give me your thoughts below. You know, hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. You know, leave a lizard emoji. And yeah, have a good one.